All right, as Nick and Tom like to say, aloha, fellow sharks. This is Jason Roberts. I'm the owner of Ninth Street Media, and I have gotten really excited about the site speed optimization as a foot in the door program to help me sell other services to business owners. I have developed a couple of different websites. Actually, I've developed several websites for clients, and then two of my own for my own business, also from Tom and Nick's themes, which I really enjoy. But my first customer with site speed optimization, of course, is myself. And my first case study is on my own website, ninthstreetwifi.com, which is actually not public yet. So I don't have any social media hits. I haven't even claimed my Google My Business page. So this is sort of pre launch right here. But man, it's really an amazing and dramatic result you're going to see here in this case study. It's really crazy how good this worked out. Um, so, having said that, what I'm going to do from this point forward, though, is I'm just going to pretend that that I'm actually going into the case study for an actual customer and give the presentation as if. I'll then post another follow-up video where I break things down more into nuts and bolts, some key little things you need to know to pull this off cleanly, some tips, tricks, and pointers if you want to watch that video later. One little thing up front here, I forgot to actually publish the before results from Speed Sniffer. So in my before and after, all I have is a screenshot of Speed Sniffer. It would have been smarter of me to actually publish the results so I could go back and forth between the first result within the Speed Sniffer dashboard and the current result, so I could scroll all the way down the page for the customer. So I'm going to have to fake the funk on that one. Obviously, I'm going to improve that on the next video. But in any case, here we go. I'm going into character. At the end of the video, I'll stop and then I will just post another video. All right. So thank you, Mr. Roberts, for your business. Thanks for joining me real quick here on on this video to take a look at your case study. And by the way, this is really your proof of delivery. But I was so tickled with how well I did for you that I actually created this case study video to basically use to sell other clients. And I'm confident you're going to be so happy with what I'm about to show you that you'll have no problem with me using you as an example. In fact, you went from a pretty slow website to now you are blazing lightning fast. And you're light years ahead of not only your competitors here locally, but also of your other neighboring small businesses in terms of your site loading speed, which is a major factor with Google as of July of last year, per our previous conversation. So, the bottom line is, thank you for your business. And now here comes the proof. It's in the pudding, so to say. Now, of course, I wouldn't expect you to just take my word for it. So, as a web developer, I use multiple tools to analyze and improve speed. And the top tools out there I use, the same ones that anybody, whether they worked for, Time Warner or whether they worked for Google themselves, even Google uses these tools for their own website development. So, having said that, the top tool, the number one go to is GTmetrix. So, we'll take a look at that. And then Google themselves has three different scores that they use, and their algorithm looks at this analysis in deciding a portion of its decision on how it's going to rank you locally here against your competitors in the marketplace. It looks at that as part of your speed score ranking. And then there's Pingdom, and of course, there's other stuff like our own Speed Sniffer, which the GTmetrix, the Google, and Pingdom stuff are all open to you and open to the public for development. Speed Sniffer is our proprietary software. What it does is it takes our own analysis of your website and test of your website, and then it looks at the analysis from those others, averages them all up to a score that's, think of it like a grade point average. Now, um, it's not going to be practical for me to do a live test at each one of these websites. So what we're going to do is I've already done the test and they're open and waiting with the results waiting on us here on the next screen. But you will get my email after this video. I'm going to send you the first video email with this video, and a second email will have all of my links to what shows up in this video. And at your leisure, you can test and verify everything I'm about to show you by simply clicking on those links and entering your email into the box and clicking analyze, and you'll see that the results will come out the same as what I'm about to show you, which is something pretty darn amazing. So here we go, Mr. Roberts. So what we have here is we have GT Metrics. Well, for you've got your website, which as you can see is rocking and roll. I'm going to close that down now. So we've got GT Metrics, we've got Google for both their mobile and desktop. We've got your cellular score through Google. We've got the Pingdom result, and then we've got our own speed sniffer test results. So these, I just ran these. These are live as of just a few minutes ago before I recorded this video. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go back here where I actually took screenshots of the before analysis, right? So the first analysis we're going to take a look at is GT Metrics. It's number one, used by every web developer out there, other than a beginning novice who doesn't know better. And even on their first day, this will end up being their go-to site. So as you can see, oops, that's actually the after. I don't know how I pulled that one off. Oh, that is the after. How did I pull that one off? Here's your GT Metrics before. So as you can see, you had a score of D62 and D62 on their two scoring models of PageSpeed Score, and they're partnered with another company that assists in the analysis called YSlow. And as you can see, it took you 6.6 seconds, according to their analysis, to load the website. I mean, you basically almost failed. So, 59's an F, right? So obviously, we've already seen the result. You went from a 62 and a 62 to a 100 and a 95. You're an honor student now. So your website's lightning fast, according to GT Metrics, according to their analysis. So after tweaking according to their notes to get their score up, then my next move would have been to go to Google. And once I got to Google, I would have taken their notes to step everything up a notch based on their additional data. As you can see, you've got an 80 on the mobile, which that's only an 80, but watch this, Mr. Roberts. When we look at your Google mobile score, now this is mobile over like Wi-Fi. When we look at your mobile score before with Google, it was a 6. So I took you from a 6 to an 80. That is a dramatic improvement. As you can see, 80 is actually high average. So that's pretty darn good. Then when we look at Google Desktop, you've got a 99. 99 out of 100, which of course is lightning fast. And then of course also again, when we go back to your before shot with Google on the desktop score, it's a 47. So I took you from a failing grade of 47, really, really slow, to a lightning fast, super good score of 99. Google's really going to take that into account in terms of when they add it to all the other factors for page speed ranking. All right, so that's Google for your mobile over Wi-Fi, for your desktop over Wi-Fi. But now let's take a look at what happens if somebody can't connect to Wi-Fi and they're just on their cell phone. Well, 70% of all cell phone internet connections will be over 3G until 2020 when 5G comes online. So Google really takes seriously the end user's experience, and so they will punish businesses whose pages don't load up fast on phones, which means your page has to be able to load fast even over somebody's slow 3G connection out in the middle of nowhere. So getting solicited right there. So here's the thing. Your score is a 3 or lower, 3 seconds or lower. So the thing is, 1 to 3 seconds, consumers are going to wait around for that. Anything from that becomes exponentially less likely for them to wait around. But you have a perfect score. It's excellent according to Google and their own insights as to download speeds over cellular. So again, I'll go ahead and close out of that, and we'll just pop back over to your before. So if we go to your before screenshot on the Google Cellular side, it took 8 seconds, which may not seem like a lot to you, but 8 seconds is a lifetime when you're waiting for something on your cell phone. And that, according to Google, that could represent an average of 28% estimated visitor loss, meaning 3 out of every 10 people that would have gone to your website and I don't want to deal with this, they're on to the next thing, checking out your competitor instead because their website's loading faster. It's not a problem for you anymore because you're at a lightning fast 3 seconds now. Moving on to Pingdom. With Pingdom, you're in an 89 now. I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. You've got a score of an 89B, which is great. It's 1 point away from an A. And then if we go to your Pingdom before, we can see you are going from a 71C, which is 1 point away from a D, all the way up to an 89, which is almost an A. So Pingdom's giving you great now. You got the green light with Pingdom. And we're going to go last but not least to our own proprietary speed test, which is what I approached you with. So you can see with our own internal software, you are a failing 62, 2 points away from an F, 3 points away from an F. And down here, right at the bottom, you notice that 5 out of 6 of these things at the bottom are in red, which is bad, and only one in green was good. So again, that's a 62 with 5 out of 6 bad. Now watch this. Here is your current speed test with us. You're scoring a 93A. So averaging our own results, averaging the results of the other top tools out there, you're at a 93. And you're never going to really get red here because this is, it's based on complicated factors. It's almost impossible to go green here, but you've got a 93. You're 2 out of 3 green now, and you're 5 out of 6 down here. And if you look, the only one that didn't turn green is server time, and that's the only one I couldn't control. That would be because of, the hosting company that you're with, and maybe to save a few bucks, you might have gone with a cheaper hosting package. I don't know. But your server time is beyond my control. But everything I could control as part of the deal, I did. And I got you to 5 out of 6 smiley faces. And the only frown isn't even my fault. You're the lightning fast overall average of 93. Your website is completely mobile friendly. Your SEO performance is top notch. And of course, our service also analyzes your social media activity. And I'll pause right there, Sharks, and say that, of course, as I already mentioned, I don't have a lot of social activity because I haven't even really published this website yet. And then back in character now. So, Mr. Roberts, again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity to earn your business here. There's your proof. Again, I will send you the links to further verify what I've just shown you on your screen here. And also, per our conversation, you promised me that when I delivered, which I did big time, you'd give me an hour of your time uninterrupted behind a closed door to give you my full audit of your digital marketing performance and to give you my recommendations and opportunities. So, what time would work best for you for that promised appointment? Would that be tomorrow morning, or would maybe Friday afternoon work better? What are you looking like over the next couple of days?